our distinguished guest, Dr. Alan Finkel, Chair of Australia's Low Emission Technology Investment Advisory Council, Eugene Aroka, CEO of Motorsport Australia, Ashley Kelleher, General Manager, Faculty of Engineering, our academic advisors, Associate Professor Scott Wordley, Associate Professor Behruz Bahrani, Mr. Michael Crocco, Monash University staff, our many industry partners and philanthropic donors, our fellow FSAE and Formula student team members, Monash Motorsport team members, alumni, family and friends, those with us here on campus tonight, and those joining us via the live stream from around the world, good evening and welcome to the 2022 Monash Motorsport launch night. My name is Adam Corbett and I'll be your MC for the evening. I would like to first acknowledge the people of the Kulin Nation. On their land, we are gathered here today. I pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I would like to thank you all for joining us this evening to celebrate the culmination of 3 years of hard work for Monash Motorsport, with the launch of our newest autonomous electric race car, M22. I would in particular like to welcome Dr. Alan Finkel, former Chancellor of Monash University, Chief Scientist of Australia, and long-time supporter of our team. Eugene Aroka, CEO of Motorsport Australia, partner of MMS, and our special guest speaker tonight. I would also like to welcome Ashley Kelleher, representing the Faculty of Engineering here at Monash. We are especially pleased to share tonight with our family and friends who have supported us on this journey. We're excited to show you the result of 3 years of hard work, the result of all those missed dinners, late nights, and weekends spent in the workshop. And after a number of years impacted by COVID-19, we are excited to reconnect with other FSAE teams locally and from around the world. We look forward to making many new friends at competitions and getting back on track in the next few months and years. Before we continue, some brief housekeeping matters. Bathrooms can be found both on the ground level and first floor on the corridor on the west of the building. The fire exits are directly behind me, and the emergency assembly area is the grass area just beyond. We will commence the evening with the team leader's address, presented by Shavi Kathuria, our Chief Executive Officer, Rashmita Kanagaraja, our Chief Technical Officer, and Tim Vong, our Chief Operating Officer. This will be followed by a series of awards presented by our academic advisors. The 2022 Alumni Achievement Award will be presented by Associate Professor Scott Wordley. Our 2022 Junior of the Year Award will be presented by Associate Professor Behruz Bahrani. Our 2022 Mentor of the Year Award will be presented by Mr. Michael Crocco. We will then welcome Eugene Aroka, the CEO of Motorsport Australia, to speak on our renewed partnership and shared ambition for the future of STEM and in motorsport in Australia. Michaela Sykes-Turner, my apologies, our Head of Business, will then thank our supporters for their incredible investment in the team and that makes all of this possible. We will then premiere our 2022 launch night video and unveil M22 to the world for the very first time. Finally, we will then invite Dr. Finkel to propose the toast to conclude the formal proceedings for the evening. Following the reveal of M22, we welcome everyone to come and take a closer look at Monash Motorsport's newest race car, visit our department stalls, and try the various activities we have on offer, and enjoy finger food and refreshments. We will also be running workshop tours through our workshop in the Monash Makerspace, starting at 7:30, 7:40, and 7:50 p.m. Please gather at the bottom of these stairs if you are interested in seeing the amazing facilities that we have access to. I would now like to welcome Shavi, Rash, and Tim to the podium for the team leader's address.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chavi Kathuria, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Monash Motorsport. With me tonight, I have Rashmita Kanagaraja, who is the Chief Technical Officer, and Tim Vong, who is the Chief Operating Officer. So, in 2002, we pioneered downforce generating wings in Formula Student. In 2017, we stepped out of our petrol-powered comfort zone to pursue electric powertrains in parallel. In 2019, we unveiled Australia's first competition-ready driverless race car. Tonight, we are gathered to launch the newest MMS race car, M22. This car represents the pinnacle of Monash Motorsport's achievements and development over the history of our team. M22 is a culmination of everything we have learned as a team, our history as a successful combustion FSAE team, the last 6 years of electric powertrain development, and our innovation as a first competition-ready autonomous FSAE team in Australia. 2020 marked the start of a 3-year development period, the team excitedly awaiting this day. We have the wings, the electric powertrain, and a competition-ready autonomous pipeline, all combined into one car, M22. So today, we are here to show our sponsors, donors, and supportive faculty members the race car that they have very generously contributed to, our friends and family, the race car which has kept them from seeing us more than once a week, our alumni, the race car for which they lay the crucial groundwork, and most importantly, our team, the race car which simply would not be here to show without their drive and passion towards an unwavering mission to reach this car's potential. This evening, we are celebrating our first launch since 2019. Following the team's most successful competition ever at Formula SAE Australasia 2019, the team was preparing itself for an ambitious 2020 European campaign. However, no organisation, including ours, was prepared for the impact that COVID-19 pandemic had in 2020 and 2021, many of which we are still recovering from today. Choosing to pivot from our well-laid plans soon after the pandemic began, the team embarked on the design of our most ambitious concept ever. Little did anyone know that it would be over 2 years before we could finally launch the car that the team began designing in 2020.
In between the lockdowns of 2020, our team also settled into the Makerspace, Monash Engineering's newest hub for student teams, a space with much greater manufacturing capabilities and collaboration opportunities than ever before. Though constantly in and out of isolation in 2020 and 2021, our team pushed forward, driven by this vehicle and its significance as our capstone. Through the efforts of these past team members, we started 2022 with a rolling chassis and a complete aerodynamics package, but there remained the gargantuan task of completing the car before extensive testing and validation in order to uphold our ethos as a team. So, we entered into 2022 with a fresh team, with team members allocated to parts they hadn't designed, and only 4 people out of a team of 100 who had been to a Formula student competition. However, with all the energy and enthusiasm to get this car driving, the team came together in January this year and decided that we will strive to reach our potential. This mission was focused on developing knowledge and regaining experience within the current team to reinvigorate the performance, camaraderie, professionalism, and learning we knew this team is capable of. Ultimately, this mission seeks to push our team members to reach their potential as budding industry professionals and pushes the team as a whole to reach the competition potential of our vehicle despite the difficulties faced since the design's conception. We started off our term preparing for a postponed Australian competition in February. The decision was made to take our 2019 electric vehicle as lockdown had prevented us from finishing our newest vehicle. When this was cancelled, our entire focus was shifted towards M22 and preparing for the competition in December, the team's first in 3 years.
This presented challenges. Extensive knowledge transfer was required for our team members to take on the responsibility of parts they did not design. We also had a lot to learn on the job, spending the past few months debugging some complex issues across the entire vehicle. In the earlier stages of this year, we started by putting together our powertrain, experiencing difficulties with our accumulator segment assembly and gearbox assembly. Through consultations with alumni, faculty, and countless hours of problem solving, we successfully persevered through these issues and tested majority of our powertrain on the dyno. In the meantime, we have continued to expand our knowledge on the 2019 electric car with extensive on-track testing. This has enabled us to increase driver experience as well as better understand the vehicle parameter changes, all preparing us for M22 parameter tuning. We have also expended significant efforts towards our driverless vehicle technology. Our software subsystems are now at a stage where our current driverless car, M19D, can successfully complete all dynamic events and achieve our highest autocross and track dive speeds to date. When M22 is ready for the implementation of driverless systems, these changes will be pivotal in a seamless transfer. Our first driving date was set for early September. The team pushed exceptionally hard with all subsystems tested and ready to go. But merely two days before the date, we noticed a gearbox component which would require remanufacturing to ensure the safety of the car and thereby the driver. This has since been addressed with further consultation and alterations to our manufacturing method, with our new components now ready for further high voltage test fires on the car. Through multiple obstacles the team has faced in the past few months, each one of us has had unparalleled learning opportunities in the redesign, remanufacture, and problem solving related to our parts. This once fresh team has now grown in both experience and knowledge. Here we are today, ready to launch M22. The wheels can be spun, but it is not driving yet, and it is not yet autonomously integrated. So the hard work continues past this night. But today, we are gathered to celebrate the achievements of this team to getting to where we are right now. Incredibly close to driving, incredibly close to what we hope will be a successful 2022 Australian competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Shavi, Rash, and Tim. I would like to invite Associate Professor Scott Worley to the floor. As some of you may know, Scott was a founding member of Monash Motorsport back in the year 2000 and has since been part of the team as a team member, team leader in 2002, and more recently, our academic advisor. Tonight, Scott will be presenting the 2022 Alumni Achievement Award.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to join with our leaders and warmly welcome you here to 2022's launch event tonight. I'd particularly like to acknowledge the many alumni members who we have in attendance with us tonight, either in person or tuning in via the live stream remotely. We're really fortunate to have a large and active group of alumni and former team members who have maintained really strong links with the current team, even as they've moved off into industry and developed their careers, and even now with families of their own. We're also fortunate to have many friends and acquaintances from other teams who we've competed with over the years, that we've met via the competition and continue to work with in industry and socialise with. This competition can be a real baptism of fire, and those that make it through do share a really special bond that does persist well into our professional lives. So it's my honour tonight to present the 2022 Alumni Achievement Award. Each year this award recognises an alumni of Monash Motorsport with significant achievements in their chosen field of endeavour. It need not be engineering. This year's award winner was a member of our team in our foundation years in 2000 and 2001 and was responsible for the brake systems on these early cars as well as being one of our drivers. We've got a photo of them there in the car. Following university, our winner spent 5 years working locally with Bosch Australia, one of our long-time partners, and I think there are some staff with us here from Bosch tonight. Welcome. As a senior applications engineer, developing anti-lock braking systems and vehicle dynamic controllers just down the road in Clayton and also at the Anglesea Proving Ground. From there, they moved to McLaren's road car division in the UK, first as a development engineer for the P1. I was incredibly jealous to hear from our winner that they've personally spent more time, more hours behind the wheel of this amazing hypercar than anyone else on the planet. What a dream job. From there, they became manager of software development and then head of software development at McLaren, and were responsible for the growth and leadership of in-house software development, supporting all vehicle programs through concept, development, and production phases. Big responsibility. Then, in 2018, they jumped from the UK across to Los Angeles, to work for an exciting new electric four-wheel drive off-road vehicle startup called Rivian. You may have heard of them. They're now working with Amazon on a new delivery vehicle. They took on the position of Vice President of Vehicle Development and Integration, and here they architected, hired and managed all personnel and budgetary needs for a range of vehicle sub-teams, taking those teams from their startup phase with about 30 team members up to a full headcount of over 200 people. In 2019, they were promoted to Chief Engineer of the R1 platform, where they are currently responsible for whole vehicle engineering, design and performance integration, arbitration and technical approval from prototype all the way through to production. We are excited to see the first of these vehicles now hitting the streets and out in the wild and receiving such high praise from the motoring press and from customers. It's my pleasure to present the 2022 Alumni Achievement Award to Charlie Sanderson.
Hey everyone, I just want to say a really big thank you for the award tonight. Came as a bit of a surprise, but I'm very grateful and I really appreciate the nomination words that Scott Wordley. Really appreciate it, and it's an honour. I should probably reflect on some of the great things that I remember from my own time in Formula SAE, and I hope that this year's team are experiencing something similar. But we had an incredibly tight-knit team, very effective. I think it was our second year attempting when I joined, and I joined the team for a couple of years, but we developed great friendships. We learned, I think, more developing that vehicle than I did at university at the time. For better or for worse, I think some of the skills that you learn around balancing working hard, health, friendships, and having fun is about all you could ask for from a project at university. We weren't winners in any of the years that I joined Formula SAE, but I can tell you now that the skills that I took away have helped me to be very successful in life. And I have fond memories of the time, and I still maintain friendship with many of the people that I met. So I just want to extend my wishes to the team this year, and I've seen some of the pictures of the vehicles, and I think you guys are doing a really kick-ass job. They look fantastic. Certainly come a long way since the days that I was part of Formula SAE. Enjoy your night, and once again, thank you very much. I've seen some of the pictures of the vehicles, and I think you guys are doing a really kick-ass job. They look fantastic. Certainly come a long way since the days that I was part of Formula SAE. Enjoy your night, and once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott, and congratulations to Charlie for his amazing achievements. I would now like to invite Dr. Behrooz Bahrani. Behrooz plays an extremely critical role as an academic advisor for our electrical systems. Furthermore, his organisation Pearl is a key supporter of the team, with many Monash Motorsport students conducting future development projects for the car in the Pearl Labs at university. Tonight, Behrooz will be presenting the 2022 Junior of the Year Award.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. This award recognizes a team member in the first year on the team who has contributed the most towards the team's vision of being the most respected FSAE team in the world. They have most embodied our values of professionalism, camaraderie, learning, and performance. The winner of the 2022 Junior of the Year Award has shown eagerness to learn and resilience in the face of failure. They embody the values of camaraderie, with team members finding them extremely easy to work with. As a junior, they have been assigned one of the most complex and challenging parts on the team, the in-hub planetary gearboxes. They have done an exemplary job in this critical design engineering role. I would like to congratulate Sean Berry, who is the 22...
very much, Beirut, and congratulations to Sean on his outstanding first year with the team. Up next, Mr. Michael Crocco. Michael's extensive industry experience has been imperative for the team's powertrain development over the past year. We're incredibly grateful for his support as our academic advisor. Tonight, Michael will be presenting the 2022 Mentor of the Year Award.
Thanks so much for that, and good evening, everyone. This award recognizes a senior team member for their exemplary mentoring of junior members. They've contributed significant efforts to upskill and train the next generation of Monash Motorsport, ensuring knowledge and experience is retained within the team between years and across vehicles, ultimately allowing the team to push the vehicle's performance further every year. This year's Mentor of the Year is awarded to a senior team member who's always ready to answer questions with thorough and well thought out responses. They take the time to ensure that their explanations have been understood as well. Conveying information in a manner which is engaging and inspiring is a special skill of this team member. I'd like to congratulate David, and I hope I've got the pronunciation correct, Huzo, Vehicle Dynamics Principal Engineer, our 2022 Monash Motorsport Mentor of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you to Dave for your contribution to the next generation of team members. I would also like to extend some thanks from the entire team to Scott, Beirut, and Mike for the role that you play as academic advisors for the team. In addition to your roles at the university, they spend countless hours each week advising on technical, administrative, and managerial issues to enable future success of the team, as well as supervising the MMS-related final year projects each semester. Let's give another round of applause to Scott, Beirut, and Michael. Monash Motorsport and Motorsport Australia formed a partnership in 2017 with a shared ambition to reach school students across Australia and show them what engineering is all about. Due to COVID-19, there was a pause in this relationship. So we are extremely excited to announce that we have recently renewed our partnership with Motorsport Australia. This partnership will revolutionise the future of motorsport in Australia, engaging more students than ever. I'll now welcome Eugene Arocca, the CEO of Motorsport Australia, who was a key driver in initiating this partnership.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. And unfortunately, I don't have the same cheer squad that Sean and David had, but I'm joined here by some colleagues from Motorsport Australia. I'm going to get Motorsport Australia and Monash Motorsport mixed up throughout the evening. But I will begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands that we are meeting on and pay my respects and our respects to elders past, present and emerging. It is my great pleasure to be here tonight, and it's come a long way since 2017 when we were known as CAMS, and I know we were meeting in a room that was nowhere near as impressive as this. I'm joined tonight by two directors, Norman Gowers and Margot Foster, and my people and culture manager, Nikki Lennon, and I think Rob and Adelaide are floating around taking vision of what will be a pretty uninspiring speech. But we had hoped for more people to attend, but as we speak, I've got 4 executives in Malaysia at Sepang conducting the Ferrari Junior Academy for the Asia Pacific region, and also participating in training for a number of our colleagues in the Asia Pacific region. So whilst we've got a good representation, they are very sad that they couldn't be here, but crikey, they're at Sepang racing around with kids. So on behalf of them, we'd like to also thank you for having us here. I should, of course, acknowledge Dr. Alan Finkel. We are in the presence of greatness. For someone like me to even be on the same speakers list as someone like Alan is quite humbling, and if I'm a special guest, well then he's a truly special guest, and I think we should all acknowledge him. So Motorsport Australia is very proud to be a partner and a supporter of Monash Motorsport. I'll try not to get those names mixed up. And you only have to look around the room tonight and the award winners and the innovation that was at the back part of this magnificent building to not be anything but inspired. And for us, it's a real look into the next generation of where motorsport is going. Adam mentioned that there was a bit of a brief history when we did connect in 2017, but unfortunately COVID impacted that relationship. So we were quite pleased. We were always going to reconnect. We were quite pleased when Dr. Finkel reached out to our president, Andrew Fraser, and suggested that we do reconnect. And so myself, Andrew Fraser and Pravin Sinan came to Monash, to this magnificent building, and met with Shavi and Michaela, and of course Scott and the rest of the leadership team. And they put on a fantastic presentation of what the partnership was going to be, but the reality is they had us at hello. And in fact, they were so impressed that the next day we happened to be holding a strategic planning day, and we invited Shavi and Michaela to come along and actually represent an abridged version of their presentation. But they were so impressive that we decided to keep them for the morning, and they actually participated in our strategic planning day. So the relationship was already well and truly underway before we actually signed the contract, which was a few weeks later. So the vision, the insights and the inspiration were set out by Shavi and Michaela in particular, and with the support of the rest of their leadership, really confirmed our need to work very closely with a magnificent team, as is Monash Motorsport. Those insights that Shavi and Michaela shared with us do align with our own strategic objectives. We all love and celebrate and enjoy the passion of motorsport, and it's a big industry. It generates around about $9 billion of economic activity per annum, but it also has a number of social, community, familial and sporting benefits. And it's in our DNA. You only have to think of some of the fantastic champions that have been a part of motorsport over many years to realise that it is very much in our DNA. But we can't sit on our laurels. We can't rest back and think that everything will be okay. The world is changing and the world is changing around us. And so it's critical for us to partner up with organisations that can share our ambition to move with the times. And motorsport has always prided itself on moving ahead of a curve. And some of the innovations that have happened in motorsport over many years around safety and technology have actually moved into the automotive world. So for us, the partnership and alignment with Shavi and Michaela and her team at Monash and Scott at Monash Motorsport was logical. And to a large degree, we're now seeing in this room and with this magnificent technology the genesis of the future of motorsport, the actual future of motorsport. Autonomous vehicles, electric vehicles, and other inspiring technology from gearboxes to brakes is really giving us an insight into the future of motorsport, and it's being shown to us by young, emerging and extremely talented leaders. So working closely with the Monash team, we'll be able to use your brilliant minds to be able to help us as the governing body for motorsport to move ahead with our own strategic objectives. Many of you may not know, but we run a number of industry-leading programs designed to get young people, women in particular, involved in the sport with a heavy STEM focus. Our FIA Girls on Track is a leading industry program that introduces young girls at high school level to the sport and in particular to STEM industries. And so the partnership and the relationship we've got with Monash Motorsport is going to be significant as far as increasing not only the participation of motorsport generally, but bringing these brilliant young minds into great careers that will only help motorsport into the future. So tonight we will, I've been told 5 minutes, so I'm going to keep it brief, but tonight we will witness history with the M22. And for us, it's going to be an exciting event to be a part of this historic situation where the car is going to be revealed. But tonight for us, it's a really important milestone because it brings together again Monash Motorsport and Motorsport Australia to do great things in the sport. And as they say, well, I think they say, great partnerships lead to great results, and I'm very confident that's going to happen in our case. On a purely selfish basis, being a former Monash alumni, I couldn't be prouder of the fact that we've reconnected in this way. And so, again, even though I'm now very old and hopefully CCTV wasn't around when I was trying to lift a Fiat 500 through the front doors of a Monash sports section, sport doors, it's really great for me to be back home, and it's a fantastic institution. So to all the award winners, congratulations, well done, and well done to the cheer squad that they obviously brought along. We look forward to working with some brilliant young emerging leaders in this field, and that can be only good for us, and it will be certainly good for Monash Motorsport and for motorsport generally. So thank you very much for having us here tonight, and enjoy the evening, and congratulations on what will be a fantastic unveil. Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene, for those very kind words. I'd now like to welcome our Head of Business, Michaela Sykes-Turner, who will thank our supporters and introduce the 2022 launch night video.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, thank you to all our families and friends that are joining us tonight. As I'm sure you're all aware, the team is a massive commitment to all of us, but the support that you provide enables us to do something we love. Hopefully, tonight can give you a little bit of an insight into what MMS means for everyone involved and why we give so much to the team. I would now like to speak about the contributions of our many donors and sponsors and how they have helped us to get where we are today. Dr. Alan Finkel is a principal donor of the team. In 2016, when our partnership commenced, we told him that we aspired to transition to an all-electric powertrain and incorporate driverless vehicle technology. His support allowed us to transition to EV category in 2017 and to undertake a European campaign in 2018. Our driverless development was also made possible, starting in 2018 and allowing us to become the first competition-ready driverless Formula Student car in Australia. As we have recently renewed our partnership, we are incredibly excited to see what the team can achieve with Alan's continued support. We would also like to thank Motorsport Australia. Eugene has spoken to our shared ambition, and over the next few years, starting next year, we will be establishing key relationships with various high schools and primary schools, inviting their students to enjoy a full day of engineering activities at Monash University. It is extremely important to the team to reach out to the next generation of engineers, especially encouraging more women to pursue this pathway with the support of Motorsport Australia. The team's sponsors provide an essential financial and in-kind contributions, without whom we simply cannot manufacture this car. Our platinum sponsors, Clenergy, Baraha, Calm Aluminium, Formasign, High-Tech Metrology, GoProto, Leap Australia, Morand, Monash Centre for Additive Manufacturing, Phoenix PLM, SMC, Vacuum Schmelzer, Pearl, and Wirawaji have all made significant contributions to our project. Thank you all for your belief in the team and the support that you continue to provide. We would also like to acknowledge and thank our gold, silver, bronze, and supporter sponsors for their generosity. Their support is essential to the success of our team and has brought us to where we are today. And finally, this project would simply not be possible without the ongoing support of Monash University. They provide us with the workspace and infrastructure to carry out the project, as well as being our primary financial contributor. University staff members have been pivotal in helping us form many of the key partnerships that we have today, providing technical advice and supporting us at every stage of our innovative plans, with safety, logistics, and so much more. I would now like to introduce the Monash Motorsport launch night video and the unveiling of M22. We hope you will enjoy seeing the team's journey to our latest vehicle.
We got finished what we started last year and finished what we started like 6 years ago. And we got to smash out this concept. And the reason why it's really important is because it's not just last year, it's every single other year that's kind of led up to us being able to finally make a car that competes at the highest level of the competition and should be.
Melbourne is in full lockdown tonight as historic stage 4 restrictions take effect.
Is here, our COVID hell far from over. Victoria is this very minute entering a state of disaster, and all of Melbourne will be under a strict curfew from 8 o'clock tonight.
It is in many ways the greatest challenge our state has ever faced, a life-changing sacrifice likely to be remembered for generations.
What a beautiful sight. To conclude the presentations, I would like to welcome Dr. Alan Finkel. As Michaela has mentioned, he's been an incredible supporter of the Monash Student Teams initiative, specifically Monash Motorsport.
So I don't habitually hold a bottle of beer, but I have been asked to deliver a toast, so it seems very appropriate. Adam, thank you for the introduction, and Chavi for the invitation. Can you all hear me clearly? At the back, great. And Eugene, can I say thank you for your inspiring talk and welcome to your board members, and please convey my best to Andrew. I think he re-engaged after he and I had, maybe you could call it a mentoring breakfast, where I, as an ex-Chancellor, was giving him some tips as a current Chancellor, and this came up in the discussion. And I'm so glad to see that Motorsport Australia is working closely with this wonderful, wonderful team. So I've been an enthusiastic, paid-up supporter for about 8 years, and so it's fair to ask why. Well, partly because I'm a geek. Some are born to love flowers, to love music, even poetry. But I was born to love technology. I appreciate that my family has kindly joined me in showing this support, and I acknowledge that the number 2 supporter in the Finkel family, Elizabeth Finkel, my wife, is here with us today. Thank you, Elizabeth, for being here and for the support. But more than just being a geek, the main reason I support Monash Motorsport is because this project is a beacon. It's a beacon to other students. It's a beacon to guide many community and business endeavours. Instead of supporting students to cope with their regular study workload, the Monash Motorsport program challenges students to do more, to take on more. It's based on the principle that the surest way to success is to give things a try. Do more, not less. And the Monash University academics and leadership get it. They support the Monash Motorsport team by setting the challenge, raising the aspirations of the students, providing them with facilities and advice, and then letting them get on with it. In many respects, the Monash Motorsport program is the best student program that I have seen at any university, combining skills building with work-integrated learning. Many of the motorsport students from prior years finished their degrees and walked straight into jobs overseas with some of the world's leading car companies. We saw that tonight with Charlie and McLaren and then Rivian. I've been dreaming of getting a Rivian. You should look it up if you don't know anything about the Rivian electric car. It's, they talk about cars going up a grade of 10% or 15%. The Rivian can go up a grade of 100%. I don't know how they get the traction to test that, but it's got the power to go vertically up like one of those jet fighters. Now, I've been asked to propose a toast, but on the principle of do more, not less, I am going to propose 4 toasts. So if you are the designated driver this evening, perhaps hoot and holler by all means, but hold back the drinking till the 4th and final toast. If you are a passenger this evening, please join me drinking to all 4. First, to the cars. They're made uniquely every year, or with COVID, I'll say every cycle. Bleeding edge technology brought to life by the Monash Motorsport team. And this year you've just seen the M22. So, to the cars. Second, winning. Now, many people will tell you it's about participation, not climbing onto the podium. Rubbish. The reason that Monash Motorsport enters the national, regional and international competitions is to win, or at least get onto the podium. And that's why if you go to their homepage today, the first thing you'll see is a laurel wreath boasting about being number 1 in the world rankings for the retired internal combustion Formula SAE competition. And the second thing you'll see is a placeholder boasting about being number 1 in the Australian rankings for the new driverless car category. And the third thing you'll see is another laurel wreath boasting about being number 3 in the world rankings for the electric Formula SAE competition. So please join me again, a toast to the podium. And third, the academics, led by Scott Wardley, assisted by Biruz and Michael and others, I'm sure. The academics who channel the support and the facilities of the university to the team. To the academics. And fourth, finally but not the least, Let's talk about the team. More than 100 students drawn from multiple faculties. More than 100 students packaged together into a finely tuned bundle of ambition. But not just ambition. Teamwork, courtesy, strategy, technology, finance, marketing, events management. They do it all. Xavi, you and the team are simply fantastic. Audience, if you have been holding back, now is your chance. So please join me for the fourth and final toast to the team. To the team. Well done. May the force be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alan Finkel. And thank you everyone for coming out tonight to celebrate the launch of M22. We'd like to invite everyone to enjoy some refreshments upstairs, as well as visit the department stalls to gain a more technical insight into the car. Throughout the night, everyone is welcome to come have a closer look at M22, trying out the augmented reality display. There's a lot more to explore throughout the night, so I hope everyone has a great time. Thank you.